Good evening, Hall of Famers and special guests, and let's extend a big thank you to Rich Hagon for his musical stylings here. Welcome to Milwaukee, the start of a new Pro Tour season, and most importantly for three very anxious people sitting in the front of this room, the induction ceremony for the 2015 class of the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour Hall of Fame. I'm Pro Tour historian Brian David Marshall, and I'll be your MC for the festivities. As I can see a broad cross, well, I can't really see right now, but I saw you guys when you came in. I can see a broad cross-section of the history of this game sitting out here in this room as we move into our second decade of Hall of Fame inductions. And we're right on the brink of the 20th anniversary of the very first Pro Tour. It's wonderful to see so many members of the Hall of Fame here. Going back to first year inductee Darwin Castle, all the way through to last year's inductee Guillaume Wafatapa. Guillaume, it's so great to see you here. No? Oh. I really thought he was going to make it this year, guys. I'm sorry. Well, last year's inductee Paul Rietzel, and as we induct these three players from three different regions around the world, I'm fascinated by the different aspects of each of these players' careers, not just the geographic disparity, but the very different arcs of their careers that the selection committee latched onto when they were filling out their ballots, and of course, politely talking about on social media. There was the Brazilian player who wanted to win at all costs and left all his friends behind, the gregarious Japanese player who loved to net deck, and of course, the reclusive American player who succeeded despite his cold dispassion for the game. Now, if that doesn't sound quite right to you, that's good. It means you're paying attention. And after all, a lot of you guys voted for this class of the Pro Tour Hall of Fame that we're going to be inducting. And a lot of you were gracious enough to share your thoughts with us about why these players are so worthy of this induction today. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's meet the 2015 class of the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour Hall of Fame.
Brazil's Willy Edel made his Pro Tour debut in New York in 2001. After a pair of Worlds appearances, he returned to the Pro Tour in 2006 with back-to-back second-place finishes.
The very last Invitational in 2006, Willy was in. And one of the interesting thing about it is when Willy got in, how many people were happy for him. Like, I'd never seen so many people happy for somebody who had gotten an Invitational. That, like, it was really neat that clearly he's a representative of where he comes from, that from Brazil, he is a spokesperson. And that so many people rally around him, so many people, like, just the amount of sheer happiness that happened when he finally made the Invitational, it was a joy to see.
He would post 4 Pro Tour and 7 Grand Prix top 8s with a win in Toronto 2012 and twice captained the Brazilian national team.
Willy's done a very good job of kind of smoothing those out for a lot of people who otherwise wouldn't be able to get to these tournaments or do well in them, and he's offering them a lot of assistance in addition to, making 4 top 8s and having good stats of his own. So it's the fact that he's able to hit both sides of the equation is really big for me.
He has built a Hall of Fame resume as a player, but it is his role in the South American Magic community that will be his enduring legacy.
And everything that he's done for Brazilian Magic, setting up tournaments, for flights for people to go to the Pro Tour, just because it's so expensive to fly out of Brazil. So, just all the things that he's done for Brazilian Magic, on top of just the fact that he's a very good Magic player, is the reason why I voted for Willy.
Even if it cost him opportunities to work with global super teams, Edel has always made it his priority that the next generation of South American players could get to the Pro Tour and have access to a player of his caliber to play test with.
I know Willy would rather play at a World Magic Cup than at a World Championship, and I don't think that's true for any other player on the planet. He just cares so much about the Brazilian Magic community, and he's helped a lot of people. He's helped me. I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for him.
For a couple months, I tried to think of something smart to say now, and I didn't come up with anything. So I just want to thank you. And I got a message like 2 months ago from someone that's starting playing Magic now. He's 30 years old, and he asked me if he's too old to start because he wants to make the Pro Tour someday. Well, like at 30 years old, I found myself, like in 2011, I found myself unemployed because I quit my job to pursue the Magic career. I quit my master's degree to do the same, and I fell off the train. And I didn't have a job. I wasn't qualified Pro Tour anymore. Everything I have at that moment was my family that really supported me at that time and supported me to convince me to give myself like another shot to try to come back to the Pro Tour. And I'm here. So if there's anything I can say now, it's never too late to start. And you should never stop believing if you think you can do something great. And I really want to help like my wonderful wife, and my family, and all my friends here. Thank you very much.
Willy Edel, everybody.
Japan's Shouta Yasooka made his Pro Tour debut in Barcelona in 2001. He would get back intermittently until the end of the 2005 season when he would post the first of 7 top 16 finishes at Worlds in Yokohama.
If you say top 5%, he's got 9. The guy's always in contention. He's always making a deep run at the Pro Tour. That, for me, is the mark of a great player.
It would start a 5 Pro Tour run where he would not finish lower than 34th.
Shota is one of the most impressive Magic players I've ever met, played against, or watched. It's actually just incredible how fast he plays, how well he plays, and how well he wins with the decks he plays.
He won Pro Tour Charleston that year, earning Player of the Year honors.
But he's not been part of a think tank or a group or an established team. He kind of keeps to himself, brews his decks, analyzes the metagame, and just plays very well.
He has 2 Pro Tour top 8s, 19 Grand Prix top 8s, including 1 win, and was the Magic Online Player of the Year in 2009.
So that was a blue-red-green Aether Vial deck with Snapcaster Mage and Eternal Witness, and then you use Cryptic Commands to bounce back, to counter a spell and bounce back your Eternal Witness and replay that and bring back Cryptic Command. It was very different, and it was the first time I think that people played Aether Vial in a deck that wasn't creature-based. He had like 14 creatures, and the card was still incredibly good in his deck.
Shota's winning. I come back. What's happening? Shota's winning. What's going? No, something new. Last time that's what you were telling me, and nope, Shota's still winning. And then I'm like, okay, well, what team did he work on? Who did he work with? Nobody.
A renowned control player with a solitary approach to deck building. His deck creations are always original, and in his capable hands, dominating.
He actually has invented and pioneered many, many variations of his own style. There's a whole school of deck building the way that Shota builds decks. It is a joy to see his work.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Japan, Shouta Yasooka.
Good evening. It is a great honor to be today. It has been 18 years since I began playing Magic, and about 10 years since I started playing Magic professionally. I won a Grand Prix, a Pro Tour, a Player of the Year title, and I have created many happy memories during those 10 years. But being inducted into the Magic Pro Tour Hall of Fame brings me a special joy and appreciation because this is recognition from many people in the community. I would like to thank everyone who has supported me throughout the years. I would like to continue to play and make an effort to be a role model for a new generation of Magic players. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
United States' Eric Froehlich cashed his very first Pro Tour as a 15-year-old playing in London in 2000.
He cares a lot about Magic. He watches a ton of Magic. He listens to a ton of Magic. He basically spends so much of his time consuming Magic content and now making Magic content and offering feedback and all these other things. He really just lives and breathes this game.
He would post the first of many top 16s the next season in Los Angeles and earn the first of 4 Pro Tour top 8s in San Diego in 2002.
You know, people see 4 top 8s and they say, yeah, that's what most Hall of Famers have. It's good, but it's not that exciting. But most Hall of Famers don't have another 6 top 16s. I mean, a top 16 is almost as hard to get as a top 8, and to have 10 finishes like that is incredible.
During the first leg of his career, he was known as a limited specialist, but after a break from the game, he returned in 2010 to become one of the most dominant all-around players with a 3-year median finish of 23rd.
Eric, for me, is one of the best pure players the game has seen. He's always on top of everything that matters in a match of Magic.
He's amassed 14 Grand Prix top 8s, highlighted by last season's win in San Jose.
The single biggest quality that defines Efro is excellence. He's literally that good at constructed, at limited, at deck building. He's good at the team formats. He's a great playtester. He's great in the actual competition. You know, he's great under pressure.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal deck builder. He has great intuition for that.
He can come out of nowhere and just assess a board state or evaluate a deck, even though he hasn't played with it, or even though he just got here and he still knows what changes you should make and what play is correct.
He remains a limited powerhouse, but during this past year, which saw him top 8 Pro Tour Fate Reforged, he had the best winning percentage of any player on the Pro Tour in constructed formats.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the United States, Eric Froehlich!
Great. Yeah, here. What a long, strange trip it's been. Magic is, there aren't really words to define it. It's my life. It's been my life for more than 20 years at this point. It's brought me so much. The people who have made Magic, the people who continue to care a lot about Magic, a ton of you are in this room. Thank you for all that. I mean, this game has brought me everything. My lifelong friends, so many of them are here today. If I just start naming around the tables, like all of my closest friends, many of which I've met more than half my life ago. I mean, my first Pro Tour was in 1999, that's half a lifetime ago, and these people have meant so much to me. I've learned so much about just how to play Magic and about how to be a better person. I know that it's something I struggle with. Tilting is a thing. Emotions are hard to keep in check, and having so many great friends and so many important people who care enough to step aside and lend an ear to hear you tilt about a bad beat or to just be a friend and to be there for you. It's really amazing, and I think it's shaped my life in a lot of ways and made me the person I am today, and I continue to keep trying to be a better person. And to the people in coverage, Brian, Rich, Marshall, who I haven't known for as long, but so many great people who I've had an opportunity to start creating content with, to my closest friends, the people in Vegas who I live with and see regularly, to my teammates on Channel Fireball, past, present, and future, so many great people, and of course the people who I haven't had as much opportunity to work with who have just been great friends, like David Williams, Patrick Chapin, Neil Reeves, just so many great people that have really meant a lot to me. I want to thank my dad. Without my dad, I'd never get into Magic. I was 10 years old. It was 21 years ago, and I wanted to play Magic, and I had friends at school who were playing Magic, and he drives me to the comic book store and buys it was a revised starter kit. I believe it had 2 starter decks in it, and these cards looked really cool, and I just started playing them, and I didn't know any of the rules. The rule book was way too complicated for me, so my dad reads the whole thing overnight and teaches me the next day. He plays with me all the time. I was 10 years old. I needed to go to the store. I can't go by myself. My dad drove me all the time, and he played a little bit here and there, but he was just there to support me, and he made friends with so many of you guys. And again, I thank you for that, for being so nice to me and my family, and just being great people. Obviously, the Magic community is fantastic. But yeah, he traveled the world with me. My first Pro Tour was in London in 1999. I was 15. And my dad came to London, and we're big guys, and flying on long flights is not fun. And he was there every time. He flew to Australia with me for Worlds in 2002 and all the other tournaments until I went off to college. So thank you to my dad for that. And to the two most important women in my life, I guess not as many people have had a chance to get to know them, but you guys can come up. That would be great. My mom, Gail, and my girlfriend, Athena. I know a lot of you have gotten a chance to meet my dad, and he still asks all the time, how's Huey doing? How's Brock doing in the tournaments? How are they doing in life? Like, people have just embraced my family, and nobody's really gotten a chance to meet my mom. She hasn't been to the tournaments, but she's my best friend. I try to talk to her every day, and I know that's sometimes considered soft to say, but she really is an amazing person, and hasn't always been the case. I mean, I think that as a child, it's kind of hard sometimes to relate to your mom, but she was always very supportive of me when times were tough, when I didn't want to go to school, when I wanted to play poker, when I wanted to play Magic. My mom was always there for me, and I really appreciate that. And Magic brought me my girlfriend. Instead of using Plenty of Fish or Match.com, I went with Twitch. It's an innovative new strategy, but I wanted to be a little bit different, and saw this girl and started to get to know her, and she's a pretty amazing one. And so, yeah, she's made things so much easier for me. Again, I struggle with various things with emotions. It's tough when it's something, when you do everything in life that basically revolves around variance. People say things like, how do you not know how to handle this? You play poker and Magic professionally for over a decade. And it's tough, but having those supportive people in your life are the most important things. And so, she's been my rock and been fantastic and made everything so much easier for me. And so, this is my special day, and I can't imagine sharing it with anyone more special to me than Athena. And I'd also like to take this moment to say that I don't think I should be the only one to get a ring today, and I'd like to share all the rest of my days with her. And she said yes.
Congratulations, Eric and Athena. Eric, if you could stay up here for a moment. Eric, if we could just bring up one last look, the whole class, the 2015 class of the Pro Tour Hall of Fame. Willy, Shota. Let's give them a big hand. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 class of the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour Hall of Fame.